From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here goes Hunt. 53 is the mic. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards.
Second and 2 at the Dolphins' 49-yard line.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Mike. Hey, Zoo. 53. Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
Set up. 18 Gator. 54. Line 54. Be a long day for you. Go.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the Jets' 43-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Check 6-6. Pull it high. Hey, exit.
Second and 5. Flushed out right. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Ready.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going back.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 5. That one 28 yards on the ground. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. On second down, it's Bird. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. Call that a very strong gain of 24. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Check.
From just shy of midfield, Darnold got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll drop the throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated in touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check the out. Mike, 50. Hey, wahoo! Mike, hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come on here.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
57. Mike, 57. Hey, Charlie. Stop here, D. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Check.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Second and 6. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the Dolphin first down.
Set. 30 base. Tackle.
A first down carry for Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and it's 3rd and 4.
Here we go. 10 Lobo. 54.
Back to throw here. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great. And
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Red 80. Watch it. Hey, Delta.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Ready. 50. Plant. Get it.
They'll set up a throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Check. Watch the before. Hey. High 7. 5.
They'll look to throw here. The pass complete. It's Bird. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 22. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, box truck.
They'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw, letting one go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked there by Nick Nelson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
We'll go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
We got this. Ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Again, it's Barkley. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
70, Indy, go.
53 at the mic. 53 at the mic.
He'll drop to throw. Fires Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll go with the keeper. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. It's their quarterback with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. The point after is good. And the lead is now 10-7. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
60 Pittsburgh. 40, check. 80 weapons. Hey, zoom. Hurry up.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Ready, set. Hey, exit.
Let's go, D. Right there.
Yeah.
54, Mike.
I'm coming for you, son.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Looking to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check.
Watch out. Alert 3.
Here's Jones. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gator. It's a party now. It's a party now.
On 1st down, Barkley. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field. Hey, team 6.
Now back to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. DJ Chark, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready up. 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. All day. Hey, wahoo. My 52. My 52. Get that quarterback, team. Get it.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confident.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
They're on 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
You draw Corkers. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's Let's make these babies cry.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Waiting. 50. Alpha. 53. Check 53. Check.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Looking to throw on second down. Darnold. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. I'm coming, Bob.
Go, lady.
I'm coming.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 10.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. A fourth and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down one score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good. And now look at him go. He's at the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
Come on, set. 10-2 start.
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
53 is Mike. Check. 53 is Mike.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Darnold from the gun. Wolford's got it. Complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
At the 29-yard line.
What's up? 53. Red 80. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Go, lady. Let's go.
To throw again on second down. Darnold escaping the pressure right. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Darnold completes it, and he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Greystone travel.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, Orville. Number 53, Mike 53. Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
Darnold now to throw. Well, that'll be caught by Cup. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Jets on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
57 to Mike.
To throw is Darnold. Caught by Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. It got his man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
We go! 90 Wolf! 54! Go, tackle, let's go! Hit it!
Now Saquon Barkley. And some room to roam now. That good for 22 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
18 Gators.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Check Mike, check Mike.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Let's go.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan.